Modern Industrialization is a Minecraft tech mod with the goal of automating everything. By the time we finish with this mod, you will have all your ores being automined, meaning that you will have a constant self-generating supply of iron, diamonds, netherite, and more. Our endgame goal? To create quantum armor and the quantum sword, which will prevent you from taking any damage and give you infinite attack damage. There are several preparations you will want to make before starting on this mod. First, you'll need a paper farm and lava farm. If you're playing with other mods, you might be able to make a tree farm to automate wood, which can be used to make paper in MI. But if not, then you'll need a really big sugarcane farm. You need industrial amounts of paper. From now on, every time I say that you will need an industrial amount of something, assume you're going to constantly need a very large amount of that item at all times, like several stacks worth, because even that won't be enough. You also need industrial amounts of glass, clay, and bricks. I will go over creating a glass farm in MI later on. You'll also need industrial amounts of ore: copper, coal, quartz, tin, lead, antimony, bauxite, redstone, nickel, gold, and iron. MI has another variant of coal called lignite coal. You'll want industrial amounts of this too. Lignite coal is the same as regular coal, just a different color. However, in MI, they are different. Whenever you can, use lignite coal instead of regular coal. Once we set up steel machines, we can begin auto-mining ore so that you'll never have to strip mine again. You also need as much monazite ore or monazite dust as you can get. This is very rare, so it's okay if you do not have industrial amounts of it. Then, you'll need industrial amounts of many different colors of dye. You will need these to make different colors of pipes, which is extremely important for automation. A steady supply of at least 6 different colored dye should be good. Finally, you need space, industrial amounts of space. For that reason, I recommend building your MI setup outdoors. If you do it underground, you will need to do an industrial amount of mining and digging out.
So prepare yourself a 100 by 100 by 20 space for your entire MI setup.
Gotten a headache yet? We haven't even started. Welcome to modern industrialization. Everything in the Steam age will later on become obsolete, so keep that in mind when you decide where to build your Steam age setup. This means that a lot of the machines you make here will no longer be used later on when we move into the electric age. First, create an MI guidebook. This will give you a basic walkthrough of MI, though these videos I'm doing plan to be a lot more in depth. By the way, if any of my items look different, that's because I'm playing on a mod pack. The appearance may be different from yours, but the functionality is the same. Next, make an iron hammer and forge hammer. Now, take some of your copper ingots and make a few copper plates, rods, curved plates, bolts, rings, and gears. From all of that, make a copper drill head. Then take some iron ingots and make iron plates. Turn those iron plates into iron large plates and make a steam mining drill. This should make your mining adventures just a little bit easier, and it comes with Silk Touch. To use this, fuel it with water and coal. Next, make bronze. Use your hammer to create copper and tin dust, then use that to make bronze dust. Put the bronze dust in a furnace, and you now have a bronze ingot. Congratulations! Now make industrial amounts of it. Take some bronze ingots and make bronze plates. Use those plates to make a wrench. The wrench will be your best friend in MI. Now make copper rotors and bronze curved plates to make fluid pipes. Congratulations on making your first batch of fluid pipes. Now make an industrial amount of them. Are you tired of using your hammer yet? Time to make a compressor. Craft a bronze machine casing using a bronze gear and bronze plates. Then make a compressor. The compressor and any other machine in MI needs power. This power comes from steam. To make steam, you need to make a bronze boiler. To make a boiler, you first need to make fire clay dust. Fire clay dust comes from clay ball and brick dust. Make industrial amounts of fire clay bricks. You can make clay by mixing water and sand. Macerate into clay ball, then smelt in a furnace to make brick, then macerate again to make brick dust. The boiler will automatically give steam to any adjacent machines, so place it next to the compressor. Power the boiler with water and coal. You will not need your forge hammer or iron hammer ever again. Let's make a few more machines. Make a bronze mixer, bronze macerator, and bronze cutting machine and place them next to the boiler. Remember, don't make these machines in bulk, because they will not be used again once we get to the electric age. Once we begin making steel machines, you can make as many of these machines as you want, and you will have to. Now let's make our first multi-block machine, the coke oven. Get 1 coke oven, 21 bricks, 1 bronze item input hatch, 1 bronze item output hatch, 1 bronze fluid input hatch, and 1 bronze fluid output hatch. Put down a brick and then the coke oven on top of the brick. Now, when you hold your wrench, you can see the multi-block configuration. Build according to that configuration and add in all your input and output hatches. Your wrench will show you where you can put the hatches. You now have made your first multi-block machine in MI. The coke oven produces coke. No, not that kind of coke. You may have noticed by now that some blocks have a blue or orange arrow with the description item fluid, auto extraction, insertion disabled, enabled. You don't have to worry about this if you're only playing with MI, but if you plan on combining other mods with MI, such as AE2, then you generally want to keep everything enabled. This will allow other mods to insert and take out any items in MI machines. To make coke from our coke oven, we need to insert coal and steam. To automate this, we need item pipes and fluid pipes. Connect your fluid pipe from your boiler to your fluid input hatch in your coke oven to automatically insert steam. Coal and steam in the coke oven will produce coke and creosote. Coke will appear in the item output hatch, and creosote will appear in the fluid output hatch. Pipe the creosote into a bronze tank for now. You can right-click a tank with your wrench to lock or unlock it. If your multi-block machine is actually making something, you will be able to see the status when you right-click the machine. Shape valid and status active means that you built the multi-block configuration correctly. Progress tells you how close it is to completing the current recipe, which in this case is 1 coke dust. The recipe base and recipe current tell us how fast the machine is working. You can speed up the machine by right-clicking it with gunpowder. This will work on any bronze and steel machine, including multi-block machines. Congratulations on making coke. Now make industrial amounts of it. Make coke dust using a macerator. Let's use MI's version of chests, which are barrels. Make industrial amounts of bronze barrels. These can store only 1 item at a time. Hit the barrel to take out items, and right-click to insert items. To break it, hit the top. Make 2 more machines, a bronze furnace and bronze water pump. Put the water pump inside water. Pipe steam to the furnace and the pump. If you are going to run multiple pipes on the same block to move multiple items, you need to use different colored pipes to make sure your items do not get mixed up. Use your wrench right-click to configure pipes. Use the water pump to pipe water to the boiler. Now your bronze machines are partially automatic. We are now approaching steel machines, but we need steel. Time to make a steam blast furnace. We need 1 steam blast furnace, 29 fire clay bricks, 1 bronze fluid input hatch, and 1 bronze item input and output hatch. We will use this to turn uncooked steel dust into steel ingots. Make industrial amounts of coke dust and iron dust by putting coke and iron ingots in a macerator. Make industrial amounts of uncooked steel dust by putting iron dust and coke dust in a mixer, or just use a crafting table. Pipe steam into the fluid input hatch. Congratulations, you have steel ingots. Now make industrial amounts of steel.
This is the end of the steam age. See you in part 2 for the electric age.